IP and amount of ignorant mess we're about to get into right now.
Sit your $5 ass down before I make you.
Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Black on Black Cinema. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
Hey.
And Tiara.
Hello.
All right, guys, we're back. This is episode 202, Fatherhood. This one is starring Kevin Hart. And this is based on Two Kisses for Maddie, a memoir of loss and love. It's also starring Alfre Woodard, Little Rel Howery, DeWanda Wise, and Anthony Carrigan. And Paul Reiser, randomly. Just like super random. This movie, I'll give a summary. This movie is about a guy, him and his wife, they have a daughter. And the day after his wife gives birth to the daughter, his wife has a pulmonary embolism in the hospital and unfortunately passes away. And he is forced to raise this child alone, with no experience on his own, while sort of trying to balance work and being a dad and also having a mother-in-law who is trying to coax him to move back home to Minnesota from, I guess they're in Boston, to, help take care of the kid, even though he doesn't want to. So, I'll give my thoughts just quickly. I didn't realize that, what this is based on. I thought it was a fiction, even though it has, memoir in the story title. But this is a true story, which is really heartbreaking in a lot of ways, that anybody would have to go through this. Look, I think it's a heavy lift to see a comedian, sometimes watch a comedian do drama. Some comedians can transition pretty easily, and others can't. I thought Kevin Hart did an admirable job. I didn't think he was amazing. I certainly didn't think he was bad. In some parts, I was like, I'm not really buying this performance. In other parts, I really did. And I thought he did an admirable job, pretty good. I enjoyed the movie. I'd give it probably a 3.5. There's definitely some moments that got me choked up, no doubt. Some things that I've gone through personally, just as a dad, that I laughed a lot at. But overall, I thought it was a good story. It does a thing that I appreciate in movies, black movies, is showing black people just living their lives without having it being rooted in, struggles of racism or struggles of poverty or anything like that. Like Kevin Hart's character is actually pretty successful. It's just a black man trying to raise his daughter, in America by himself. And it's a story that could be about anybody, but, just seeing, dark-skinned people being the focus is nice. So yeah, I really enjoyed it quite a lot. So Tiara, what are your thoughts?
I loved it.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was a memoir until you just said it. So I saw, the other day how Micah said that he was 10 minutes into it before someone started cutting onions. And last night when I was watching it, I almost sent y'all the same thing, but I decided to save it for the show. And I think I almost cried several times.
Yeah.
Out of the three of us, I do not have any children. But when I think about if I want to have children, what happens to Liz, his wife, is I don't know. It's one of my worst fears of
Sure.
being excited to bring this child into the world, and then you're gone, and in pretty much an instant, you realize that you are going to not be there for your entire child's life. Like
Right.
you love your child in that instance, and for the rest of your child's life, she's going to have to get to know you through other people's memories. I thought Kevin Hart did a fantastic job. In fact, I'm not necessarily a Kevin Hart fan. I think he's okay as a comedian. He's not my type of comedian, but I've really loved his performance in this. I also wanted to punch a lot of people in the face and
Yeah.
push them down the steps. I'm actually interested to hear both of your perspectives about
Alfre Woodard's character.
Alfre Woodard's character and Lil Ray Howie's character. Because there were some moments where I felt Matt's frustration, Kevin Hart's character, when people were just trying to kind of do too much to try to, I guess make him feel better, or even not having the kind of confidence in him to raise his child on his own. There were a couple of things I had issues with, just story wise. Like, they established that Kevin Hart's character is extremely immature, but we don't see that. Like, they kind of tell us in the beginning through him forgetting to put together a crib or something, but through no point in the movie did I ever think that he was incapable of raising that baby.
Right.
The woman who played Liz, oh my gosh, she was gorgeous. And I was trying to figure out where I saw her in. She was in Girls Trip as the woman who cheated with Mike Coulter's character.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
wow. Yeah,
her.
she's presented so differently in this. That's funny. I would have never guessed that's her. Yeah, she was super fun in that too. Good Lord.
But DeWanda Wise, good God.
Yeah,
oh my God. That woman is just stunning. Like, I was so mesmerized by her eyes, her style, her voice, her own acting. I actually feel like she kind of made Kevin Hart better playing his opposite in a way.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, the star of the show, the little girl who played Maddie, what's her name? Melody Hurd, I think.
She was fantastic.
I am looking forward to the day Kevin Feige signs her to a contract in some Marvel role.
There you go. She was adorable. I thought she was really great.
And apparently, like, I looked at, she has her and her sisters are all actresses, and I actually wondered if the little girl who played little Maddie was her younger sister.
Yeah, they look incredible. I was like, this casting is crazy good. Yeah,
I think that's her baby sister. All three of them have Instagram pages that are managed by her parents, and that little girl's mama, just stunning. Like, she looks like Liz. It's actually quite uncanny too. Overall, a really great movie. It was I think this was one of the first times where I was watching a movie and I didn't want there to be any conflict other than the fact that he had to raise his child by himself. I really just wanted to watch this man watch his little girl grow up and just, have jokes with her, present very progressive views on when it comes to gender, like not to say gender identity, but like how little girls can dress up, letting his little girl kind of choose the way she wants to present herself in the world. It's those things that I think make a father-daughter relationship really special, and certainly more progressive in a way than I've ever seen. I think out of 5, I'll probably get it a 4 out of 5.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll get to Alfre Woodard's character.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited about this episode because I want to hear how both of you saw it as fathers of young children yourselves.
Yep. Micah, your thoughts?
Yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. I enjoyed Kevin Hart in it. I've seen interviews with Kevin Hart, and this role felt more like actual Kevin Hart, whereas lately I feel like Kevin Hart's stand-ups or his movie roles where it's a straight comedy are Kevin Darnell Hart playing the Kevin Hart comedian character.
I agree with you. Yeah.
And it feels like he's doing a little too much in those other things, but this felt very natural for him. And believable in the majority of cases. I think to your point about we're not seeing him be a kind of a fuck up. So I think they picked Kevin Hart is the right person, because Kevin Hart comes with a lot of baggage, what I mean? Like he's
you have it all in your head anyway.
Right. He's a bit of a fuck up. Like he owns it, but he still kept doing it. So it's just like, all right, but it's a preconceived notion that I have. So I think the movie worked, in that regard. I don't know if Channing Tatum would have worked. You know what I mean? Like he was originally supposed to play this role.
Who?
Channing Tatum
To do what?
to play the father role.
You know what? That I believe that because when they said Minnesota, I was like, that feels a little out of place.
Yeah.
Two black people from Minnesota is a what? Are they in the same family?
I mean, like
Right.
at first I was thinking, are they sure they didn't mean to put like Michigan, possibly outside of like
Detroit.
Detroit?
Right.
Well, it's based off of like this white guy's memoir.
Right.
He white.
Yes, he's
Yeah.
white.
The director's white too.
The director, the producer, the writer, like,
But
but
that's-
the thing black about it is Kevin Hart, and I'm not saying that as like some sort of
Right.
like slam or anything like that.
Right.
We need like they picked a good story to tell, and they just cast black people in.
But that's what I'm saying.
why
Like,
there's-
just living
Right.
their lives. Just living their lives.
that's why there's no unnecessary conflict. Like that's another thing I appreciate about this movie is that there's no manufactured conflict. Like I was waiting for like some big knockdown drag out to happen. You know what I mean?
Right.
And the conflict that was there was believable enough. You know, Alfre Woodard's getting a little out of pocket, her character, but I believed it enough. I believed it enough because, you know, if she didn't like this, if she didn't think this guy was good for her daughter, then I kind of believe it, right?
Mhm.
She's just acting like a real witch about it. But yeah, man, this movie, like I said, 10 minutes in this movie made me start crying. And, you know, it did in a couple other places too.
Yep.
This movie could have been, you know, literally anyone could have been cast, but it hits a little differently for me, myself personally. I feel as though it being a black man, is that's something that you need to see.
You do.
It is because it's something that like I don't think other races like get that stereotype in the zeitgeist as much as we do. You know
Wait,
what I mean?
which
Like,
stereotype?
there are piece of shit dudes who are of all colors, right? And but I feel like black people get the oh well he's not a good father
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
thing the most.
Yeah.
So it's good to see it. Look, Melanie Hurd, look, you know how I feel about kid actors, man. You know how I feel about them. And she was wonderful. She was absolutely wonderful. She was very natural, very believable. I absolutely loved it. Local woman, DeWanda Wise, is not only incredibly attractive, but she's a very, very good actor. And yeah, man, this was just like a feel good movie, man. Like it's just a pleasant little movie. Like, and I say pleasant, like not like you're going to be smiling through the whole thing, but it's a wonderful story told perfectly fine. And I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, if I had one, like, I wouldn't call it a major criticism of this movie. I would say it's a little long. Like, you could have shaved down maybe like 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes from it. But other than that, yeah. Like, I would have been okay if this was like an hour 30, hour 40.
How long was it?
Hour 50 minutes.
150.
Oh, it didn't feel that. It didn't feel that way to me.
Like, the end, I was like, okay, I get it. You know, but all in all, like, yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. And I was hoping that I would, because I was really rooting for Kevin Hart to be able to pull off a dramatic role like this. Because I know, like, you know, whatever you want to say about the guy, and there's plenty, you know, of his extramarital affairs or whatever, he seems to be like a really like a really dad-oriented guy. And so for him to take on this role was, I'm sure, for the dramatic moments, I'm sure he pulled from his own personal experiences, right? Not of losing a spouse, but, you know, of just, you know, raising kids.
I want to add one more thing before we get into the movie. So I think I love this movie even more now that I know that Matt in real life and his daughter are white, because even in this movie, they were still able to lace in a few things that are very Black girl centered, like with the whole hair thing and trying to all that stuff. And to cast like a beautiful dark skinned Black girl with that beautiful natural hair. I don't know. It just if it hits a little different now, and how they would just literally just cast someone who looks directly opposite without putting in those negative stereotypes that you see with Black people. Yeah. Okay, 4.5 out of 5 now.
I mean, they did a good job of avoiding all of that, like just the landmines of like that kind of shit. And you're like, oh, here we go, but no, they did. They did it with seemingly relative ease, which it should be easy, but for some reason it's not for a lot of, for a lot of white Hollywood.
They had a joke.
Imagine that they wrote a story and then just put a Black person.
Wow. It's
a crazy idea, guys.
It's almost like we have, relatable experiences like other human beings. Just blows my mind. But even they had like a small joke in there about like I was looking for new white friends, and I'm just like, okay, that was funny. And it's even funnier knowing that Matt in real life would probably never say that.
Right, exactly.
Now 4.5 out of 5.
Yeah, and you can tell, I mean, there's definitely some like Kevin Hart isms there. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure that maybe, he had some level of like, say like, maybe this is not a thing I would say. This is something more I would say, kind of thing. All right. So the movie starts out with, Kevin Hart's character's name is Matt. Him and his wife, Liz, they're at the doctor's, and the doctor is like, look, you're basically we need to induce like right now. And so they're like, how about tomorrow? And like Kevin Hart's or Matt's like, I haven't even put the crib together. Like I thought I'd have a little bit more time. And that's like to show that he's not like the perfect dad, potentially perfect dad. And so he's like, well, I got like a fantasy football draft tomorrow and all this stuff. And
like that is like, come on.
Yeah. Like and he was kidding,
illustrating but when people joke around, like people take those jokes a little too seriously.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But he's like, look, I'm kidding. Like, don't take me seriously. And so they're like, yeah, we can do this tomorrow. And so then we cut to, them about to induce and have this kid, via cesarean, in the hospital. And then they're talking to, Liz's mom, played by Alfre Woodard, via, FaceTime or whatever. And she's like, FaceTime me during the cesarean. I'm like, no, you doing that, Micah?
Wait, no. My wife had our son through a cesarean, and had to do it 2 weeks before he was scheduled to be born. Which, it's this, everything about this.
It's a little too familiar.
Is a little too familiar.
Right.
But no, we're not doing that. We're not FaceTiming you, while you're doing it. But everything in this scene, the way that it's done, Erica, she was not out of it, because you can't be out of it when you're having a cesarean, but she couldn't see anything. And, she was like, is this how it was? I'm like, yep. Everything that happened here. They got the sheet, and they put the sheet up, up here.
Don't look past that sheet.
Don't be like me. And they, the woman's arms are like this. They have to, stay out and open. And,
just curious, why is that?
I forget why. I forget why.
Okay.
But
Jesus imagery.
because women are Christ-like figures, and they are providing life.
The birth of the Messiah. Here he comes.
There you go. And they pulled him out, right? And it's weird because it's like they're pulling, like they're rearranging shit, like they're rearranging shit, and it's just a bunch of jostling and shit. And she can't feel it, but like she can feel her body moving, but she can't feel it. Ooh. And they pull him out. And my son, his lazy ass didn't start crying. And I was like it was only for like 2 seconds he wasn't crying.
I'm sure it felt like a lifetime.
I still remember it, and it was fucking terrifying. And then they made him cry, and then we brought him over. They let me cut the umbilical cord, just like you see here, and then you bring him over. Like it was hitting close to home for me.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, for people who don't know, I don't have that experience because my daughter's adopted. So, like,
honestly, like
all of that. Good luck. Good Lord.
It's wild, man, because it's like they schedule it and it's only like 20 minutes.
Yeah, well, they got a tea time. Like, I got time for you. Or?
Yeah, they gotta play golf later or whatever. Like it's a whole morning of prep. It's 3 hours of prep for 20 minutes of work. And but they got it done, and they got it done quickly and efficiently. Shout out to Holy Cross.
Wow. I mean, like, Micah, just hearing you like talk about that, I just like reflexively grabbed my stomach because I'm like, is that what's going to be like?
Just jostling.
I mean, if you have it that way, like my wife had to have it that way, due to medical reasons. But you can do it the old fashioned way and poop them out, and you'll be back on your feet in like 3 days. Whereas if you get a C-section, you are on your ass for like a week and a half. Like it's not, it ain't fun.
I'm a C-section baby. I've heard those stories. The pain,
man.
The recovery time.
Good luck. That's not what Jesus would want. Anyway, but yeah, so we see that happen. They have the kid. Everything is successful. Then it jumps forward in time. And we see Kevin at the funeral. And he's talking to his friends, played by Lil Rel Howery. I can never say that guy. His name is so fucking weird to me. Who plays a character named Jordan. And his other friend, Oscar, played by Anthony Carrigan. And
that guy look weird.
Well, he's got like, he's I think he has like
alopecia or something like that. Okay, because I was like, yo, why don't he have eyebrows? Yo?
No, he doesn't have, like, that dude is like a hairless cat. Yeah. No, okay, he's on that show Barry, which I've seen a little bit of. He's pretty good.
Oh, that's what he was on.
How could you forget? He's got a pretty significant look.
I know what.
Well, you watch a lot of trash, so yeah, you probably would forget.
That's not true, but okay.
Okay, all right. We'll see you on Thursday. So they're sort of talking, and it's this whole thing of like they're trying to be light with him, and it would, like, in a normal movie, this is where Kevin Hart would be like telling jokes and like, and it would be a comedic moment, but he's so fucking depressed and broken, like he just has this reaction of like, basically shut the fuck up, like I don't want to be light with the two of you. Look, I'm not. I suppose this is maybe what you're talking about, Tiara, with Jordan.
Yeah, it just felt so. Maybe this is like, I felt really anxious in this moment because I'm like, the jokes felt so inappropriate. Like I understand that you want levity to make your friend feel good, but like the whole comparison to the whole camp thing, I was like, I kept cringing because I'm just like, just be quiet. Let him, tell him that you're obviously, he knows that you're there for him. Let him be. But I get it. I get why a friend would do that.
So it's not just the levity part. That's a big part of it. It's their guys, right? Like that's the part, is a lot of guys are not good at just being like, here for you, dog. Like we're just not. So if you have the relationship that you're always like cutting up and like making fun of each other and telling crazy stories, you revert to that because that, even in an awkward moment, feels more comfortable than dealing with your actual feelings, which is your close friend, your best friend just lost their fucking spouse and you don't know what to say. You don't. Because the answer is, I don't know what to say to you. Yeah. I don't know. And like, I mean, that's not to say all guys would handle it like that. I'd like to think I wouldn't handle it like that, but I can understand if guys who are not tapped into their, proper emotions as human beings would respond like that. I get it. It was like, it felt weird because it was supposed to feel weird. Like it was just like, ugh, these jokes are not good. This is a fucking terrible dialogue, but it's supposed to be awkward. At least that's how it came off to me.
Yeah.
So.
I think I'm less bothered about this one than some later.
Okay, we lost you there for a second. Say it again. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. I said I am less bothered by the funeral scene and a little bit more bothered by some other remarks he makes, along with Alfre Woodard later in the movie.
Oh, yeah, Alfre Woodard. She's got some fucking lines. So then we cut back, they show the birth of the kid, Alfre Woodard and her husband, they show up. And they're all excited because they came the next day and everybody is smiling and laughing and it's just a beautiful moment because one of the things that is really great and it's a thing that would probably be lost on a lot of people. Everybody is fucking dark. Everyone is dark skinned. And it's so nice to see they didn't go Cosby Show. Suddenly Lisa Bonet, the baby, is there. Like, what the fuck is going on, right?
All of a sudden, there's a Sandra. like,
what? How? But
it felt so normal to me.
It
like,
did. It did.
Yeah.
It felt nice. I was just like, this nice, beautiful black family. Like, that's all it is, right? And like, they didn't have to fucking like make it more palatable for white people. Like, they just didn't, right? They're just telling their story. And while while Matt is there, his wife is helped up by the nurse and he's there to help. And she starts to feel, lightheaded and then, she gets really dizzy and she falls down and, you come to find out she has a pulmonary embolism and he's like, the doctors are rushing in to help her and he's helpless. It's actually a really horrifying scene. Like if you're a married person, like this is a horrifying scene to you, I'm sure. And to watch him being pushed out of the room by the nurses and doctors, cause that's what they do. Like I like, as I'm watching this scene and I understand his reaction, right? That is a human reaction. It makes sense. And I would be the same way. But I'm sure there are people watching that and been like, nah, they wouldn't have kept me out of the room. Yeah, they would have, dude. Like, you have to be out of the fucking room. You don't want to be in that.
They would have pulled your ass out. They would have got security to strong arm your ass out of there.
You don't want to be in that room for that. You don't. You don't want to watch your wife die, dude. You don't. Like, and I get it. You think you do. You don't. Like, if you've ever been there and watched someone die, you don't. It's fucking horrible. And
so yeah, this was it for me.
Yeah, this is 11 minutes and 50 seconds, I believe.
Yep.
I was done.
Yeah, no, I was sitting on the couch, sitting there like a grown ass man, crying. No.
Yeah,
God. Horrifying.
My wife and I had this conversation when Maxwell was being born. Right, she was like, "Hey, you know that." If there's anything that goes wrong and it's a choice, you're going to pick me, right? I said, of course I'm going to pick you. I don't know this little motherfucker.
I like how she was like, you're going to pick me, right? Right?
Like, of course.
Yes, of course.
I was not expecting that.
No, that's a conversation you have to have. You have to have that conversation.
Yeah,
you have to
just to make everybody. And look, the doctors and nurses, they're like, no, they made the decision for us, even if we didn't. You know what I mean? Like they will always save the mother first. They will always save the mother first.
Yeah. It would break your heart, but like you can try again, right? And that's not to say that kids are expendable. That's not my point. But
right.
No, like that's
but
it's a horrible thing to do.
Yeah, like we had this conversation and we had it again because we're gonna try. We're trying again, and the same fears that I had the first time of this scene, are just came flooding back. And when we had Maxwell, it was when my wife was pregnant. It was around the time when there was a story going on of this black man who His wife was having like their second or third child, and she died. And he was trying to, he was trying to get people's attention, and yeah, they didn't come in time, and so all that shit just came back, man, and it's starting to creep up again. Because I'm like, man, we were we lucky the first time? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But yeah, it just, yeah, it's something. So
no, that's incredibly scary. Like, having kids is a wonderful experience. And if that's what you want to do, it's great. Right. This side of it is a part you don't see a lot, right? It's the like, oh, the baby's a poop and all of that, like all that, like the fun, positive, slightly hard, but that type of shit. But this is the stuff that's really scary. This is the type of shit that keeps you up at night, right? Like it really does, whether it's before the child's born, and then once your child's born and you leave the hospital and everybody is healthy, then comes the months on years of being terrified about the safety of your child, right? Like all of that shit, right? So it's not easy. Like that, like again, like Mike and I have said many times, don't have kids unless you absolutely want to. Don't.
Yeah, man. Don't let anybody convince you. And if you're in a relationship with someone and y'all not on the same level,
it's not gonna work.
You need to reevaluate that relationship.
You do. You have to.
I'm serious, man, because if one person want kids and the other person don't, y'all don't need to be together, in my personal opinion.
I don't think there's a compromise there.
No, there's not a compromise.
No,
it's not a dog. Like, you can't just be like, we'll try it for 6 months and then take it back. Right. No, fuck that. No, no, like it's a human life. And once that baby shows up, that's a wrap for you. And like your life is different forever.
Yeah. Like I said, like I don't have kids, but watching that scene and knowing how Black women specifically are disproportionately affected by maternal deaths, that's it. It didn't make me want kids anymore. In fact, it made me a little bit more terrified. It's not like not in this scene, like the doctors couldn't do anything, right? Because it was so sudden. But knowing that those figures and watching that, it's just it's kind of scary to think about.
Yeah, and that's why people should take it seriously.
Yeah.
Man, childbirth is not a fucking game. Like it's a serious fucking
it's
process.
not a breeze, yo. Like it's not a breeze. It's major fucking surgery is what it is.
Yeah.
Like if you're fortunate enough to be able to have it, have kids naturally and all that, good for you. But like sometimes people can't. And sometimes they have to cut your fucking stomach open, rearrange your organs, pull a baby out, and then sew you back up. And that is, and I made the mistake of looking when they, when I caught a glance, and I would never get that image out of my
No, I bet you will not.
I would never get that image of my wife being open out of my head.
Yeah.
Like it's oh my God, dude.
Yeah. So you're gonna not glance the next time?
Yeah, you damn right I'm not. I don't
like just laying your head next to your wife's head on above the sheet, like, no, we right here. Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna put horse blinders on. They're gonna be like, hey, you want to cut the umbilical cord? I'm like, yep, and I'm gonna have horse blinders on because I don't want to catch another glance.
Wow. Oh my God. No thanks. So then we cut back to I found it to be a slightly funny moment, but like it isn't, which is them leaving the hospital and Matt is actually in the wheelchair with the baby, right? Like, I found it funny, but it's like the shit that he's been through in the last day has been, it's too much. It's too much for anybody. So
also, Alfre Woodard's like cries and wails, in that scene when she learned that her daughter had died, that kind of just broke my heart.
Yo, look, you can say whatever you want about Alfre Woodard in this movie. She's a fucking great actress, yo. Like, love or
Actually,
hate her
yes.
in these roles, she brings it, man. She feels so fucking real in this movie.
Yeah.
You're just like, I hate what you're saying, but I get it. Like, I get your perspective, like that, and that's what's important about this movie. Everyone has a valid perspective. They all do. There's no like crazy character. You're like, that doesn't work here. Like, no, it makes sense why she feels the way she feels. Like, it does. Like, whether you agree with it or not, you can understand. And I like the arc of her relationship with Matt. It's actually, it feels more honest to me. It's not like sewed up in a little bow at the end. Like but it's less harsh between the two of them. So, he has this conversation with his daughter, as he's holding her, out in the yard, and he's just like, look, I'm going to take care of you, but, I wish of all your parents to not be here. I wish I wasn't here because your mom would do a better job. And he has this really honest conversation with his daughter. He wakes up in the middle of the night with the baby, to his mom and to his mother-in-law, and his mother-in-law is giving him a hard time, played by Alfre Woodard. And basically, like, she's like, look, you can't raise this kid on your own. And he's like, look, I know I can't, but I have to. Right. So, which, that line choked me up. Like, you're the child's father, man. Like, you're this kid's father. Like, you don't have a choice. You don't. Some dudes make a choice that shouldn't exist, but by not taking care of their kids. But good dudes take care of their kids. Like, that's just what you do, and not just babysitting, which is a fucking term I hate used on men. Like, she gives this whole thing about like raising a child is an all night, all day, every day affair, as if he doesn't know that. Look, I mean, I'm not going to pretend that there isn't mad history of men not taking care of children. Like, absolutely. And she's coming from a generation that's true, right? Like, literally his father didn't take care of him, right? And Matt's coming from this modern generation of guys trying to do the right thing. So, and that's where their conflict, a reasonable conflict, comes from in the movie, which is honestly the only conflict, really.
Right. And this is where I think I started to think about the two of you and where I wanted to get your perspectives on. Like, if you were Matt in this situation, how do you think you would have responded to Alfre Woodard and his mom as well, saying like, well, the kid is a lot. You can't raise her by yourself. Maybe you should get some help. Maybe you should move home. Maybe we should take her. Like, basically you're too,
I mean, you wouldn't take the child from me.
No,
you're not going to take the child from me. And if I don't want to move to Minnesota, I'm not moving. You can come here. You are retired, presumably. You can come here. You want to come here and help me out? I will take that help. But no, you're not going to. No,
you don't get to determine my life.
Right. Like, you're not gonna be like, well, maybe you should do this and that. Like, nah, no. You are more than welcome to come here. But plus I'm very fortunate in that my mother-in-law loves me and I love her. So it was difficult for me to put myself in this scenario, right? Because like the stuff that Alfre Woodard was saying, I was like, God damn,
right. But this is the average, right? Like, a lot of people can't stand their in-laws. Like, my in-laws, I have no issues with at all.
Right, but it's a trope, it's a stereotype for a reason.
Yeah,
right?
no, a lot of people are like, I don't fuck with them like that. No, I like my mother-in-law has passed away now, but unfortunately, but like my father-in-law, like, he lived with us for like this past year, basically. So no, it was fine. But I can't imagine. I just can't imagine that scenario. But no, I wouldn't. I'm in agreement with Micah. I'm not moving. I'm not moving.
Do you?
And I'm definitely not giving you my daughter. Get the entire fuck out of here. No.
So When do you think it would have been appropriate for Alfre Woodard to have these types of conversations?
Not on that fucking night. God damn. Like, yo, give me.
I mean, they
talk
were
to me
literally,
over
like, at the
eggs, my
reception.
nigga. Like, wait till the next day. Jesus Christ. I don't know. I mean, I guess if you said, you know, the 6-month checkup, be like, hey, look, you seem to be struggling. You know, let me help you out. But like, you got to let a man try. If a man is this, like, he's the father. Like, if he is willing to be like, I'm gonna do this shit. Look, there's some dope ass fathers out here. Like, I know we're not allowed to give credit to certain guys because, you know, Father's Day. Oh, what about the month? Like, relax. No, you're not allowed to. You're not allowed to on Twitter. You're not allowed to. You know that. No, yo, happy Father's Day. No, fuck that nigga. I'd be like, all right, that's weird. But I know it's like there's a weird thing about giving good dads credit. Like there is. Like there is.
Father's Day?
No, any day. But take Father's Day out of it. Any day, yo. Look. I'm gonna look.
Even on
look, even on Father's Day. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Tell their mothers happy Father's Day.
You will never hear fucking people do that shit on Mother's Day. You will never hear it. You will never hear it. And you shouldn't. You fucking shouldn't. It's Mother's Day. It's Mother's Day. Give moms credit. Moms do, like, look, there is a line that Kevin Hart says that is absolutely fucking true. I am doing the bare minimum of what my wife would be able to do. And he's right. Yo, women are better at this than us. Like, they just are. They fucking are. And we're trying, right? Just give niggas some credit. You don't gotta be like, oh, you're amazing because you like washed a diaper, like, you know, or like wash some underwear. Like, relax.
Yeah,
like,
if you're not, yeah.
I hate that shit too, man.
That's
like,
another stereotype that is perpetuated. Like,
don't do that.
Oh, you like, well, people saw me feeding my son with a bottle. Oh, you're such a good dad. Yo, that don't make me a good dad.
No, it don't. Yo, that's the bare minimum shit.
Literally anybody can do it.
Right.
Literally anybody can do that.
No. But like, you like being so a good father is there's a lot more to it. But like, no, yo, there's some people just like they don't want to give dudes credit for shit. And I'm not talking about scumbag dudes. I'm talking about good dudes. Like, they don't. Because again, you will never hear people say, well, yo, oh, happy Mother's Day to my boy Brian holding it down. Like, niggas don't do that, yo. They don't do that, yo. It's Mother's Day, yo. Just show there's definitely people that you can show respect for on those days. You don't have to split the difference on Father's Day. That's fucked up. Like, to me, it's fucked up. It's fucked up. So, whatever. I don't like that shit. And if you do that shit, you probably shouldn't be on Twitter during Thanksgiving season. That's all I'm saying. Anyway.
Yo.
He does. I think it's shitty. I do. I think it's shitty. It's not my fault you got traced off Twitter, nigga. Well, that's your fault.
Oh, shit.
I mean, I'm just saying. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of that behavior.
Oh, God.
I'm just not a fan of the behavior.
It's never going to let that shit down. It's
No, nigga, it's not my fault. I don't say shit to him on that day. I don't go to his Twitter account and be like, get off Twitter, nigga. It's Thanksgiving Day. Like, no.
This is how you know Jay would ever be for restorative justice. This nigga holding on.
No, I am for restorative justice. I'm absolutely for it. I just think it's funny when other people are not and they run you off social media for a month. That's fucking hilarious to me. Oh, it's funny. So
okay,
yeah.
okay.
No, like, but I do think like there are, and look, I get it. There are generations of shitty fathers. Like there are like, your dad was a shitty dad, so you were a shitty dad. Your granddad was a shitty dad. Like, I get it. But there are people trying to do better. There are. And stop telling fathers they're babysitting. Stop that shit. Don't do that. So Matt goes back to work. Everybody's like, oh shit, that's Matt. He lost his wife. Like, you know, everybody, you can see everybody like kind of whispering behind him. And you know, he works at like, I don't know, something like tech firm or some shit. His boss, played by Paul Reiser.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, that was wild. Like, oh, I love Mad About You. I love that show. So his boss is like, look, man, this is fucking brutal. Like, parenting is like really hard. He's like, I got 3 teenagers, and they pan over to these like 3 white goth kids in the photos, which was hilarious. It was like, yeah, no, they get harder and harder. It's like, yeah, your kids look fucking crazy, but whatever. And so he's just like, look, you need to take some time off, and basically he's like, look, you can take 5-6 weeks off if you need to. And he's like, no, I need to just, Matt's like, no, I just need to get back to work. I'd have taken him up on that 5 to 6 weeks. Like,
Yeah.
nah, fuck that.
Yeah, my job gives me 4 weeks. You damn right. I'm going to take every minute of that 4 weeks.
Yeah, no, I earned this. So Matt goes back home after work, and Alfre Woodard's character is still there, and he's like, oh, Marion is her name. He's like, why are you still here? Like, go home. And she's like, oh, I figured I'd stay for 6 weeks. It's like 6 weeks.
No, 6 months.
Oh, 6 months. That's right. 6 months.
She
No,
said, like I was at that
No.
point, I was like 6 months.
no, go home. No, you like Micah, your mother-in-law stayed with you guys for like a month or something, right? After you guys had
Stayed with like 1 or 2 months. Yeah.
6?
It was a godsend.
Yeah, 6?
She was thinking about moving up here.
Yeah, that's right. I do remember that. That's right.
Yeah, she was thinking about moving.
But y'all get
We were
along,
next
so it's
to-
different.
That's
like
different.
we get along. Like my mother, my wife and her mother have this weird like frenemy relationship, right? Where they're smart asses to each other. But
Wait, say that
like,
again. You say you're
my wife and my wife's mother,
Oh, okay.
my mother-in-law. They have this weird frenemy. No, not my wife and my mother. No, my wife and my wife's mother have this weird
That would
like,
be
dynamic. But it works. Like they get on each other's nerves, but it's like, yeah, I kind of get on my nerves, but like there's nothing but love and respect there. Like it's weird. But she was there for like a month or two.
Yeah.
Because literally like Erica could not go downstairs.
Yeah. I mean, you
Right.
need help. You do.
Yeah.
Like, you just need
The
help.
core was all fucked up. So
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
yeah, we needed the help.
Yeah. Like,
But,
like my father-in-law stayed with us for like pretty much the last year, right? Like 3 weeks at a time. We go home a week, 3 weeks at a time, that kind of thing. No, I couldn't have done it without him. Like, no,
Yeah.
no, because my wife had to go back into work. They go, what? With a toddler? Are you out of your fucking mind? I only have 2 arms. Like, she's fast. Like, you need someone else there just to be like, you go left, I go right. Like to try to box her in. Like, no, man. Like, look, you need family. Like, you have to.
And it was just him. And I think
That's
even
crazy,
his
dude.
mom, like I think his mom was like planning on staying for a little while too, and they ended up leaving at the same time.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I mean, look, you say whatever you want to say. I don't think that I could do that. Like,
Right.
my wife had to go on business. Like, we had her for maybe about a month at that point. Yo, and I had to do a weekend where my wife had to go like out of the state. My mom came and stayed the night with me. I was like, nah, yo, I need your help. You're like, that's crazy, yo. That's a lot. It's a lot. Getting up 3-4 times a night? Like, no, you're out of your mind. No.
Yeah.
And that baby was crying.
Yeah, she's calling.
Crying. And
People-
even I was just watching, I was like, yeah, I don't think this isn't for me anytime.
This isn't for me. Yo, look, this whole part where it's like this baby is crying in the middle of the night type of shit, yo, it will make you insane. It will make you nuts. And like,
yeah, like it'll make you like it'll make you mad at your spouse
yes,
for no reason.
for no reason.
For no reason.
You
Because y'all can't do nothing about it. But y'all both mad because you're both annoyed.
Yo,
And
my
it's
wife and I
like,
got to
gotta
the
be
biggest
mad at
argument.
somebody.
Yo, my wife and I got to an argument at like 3 a.m. for no goddamn reason because we were so tired. Yo, it was like, you're just tired. Like, and that type of stuff. Like, if you don't have anyone to bounce off of, like my mom raised me by herself. My dad was a piece of shit. He wasn't there for any of this shit.
Wow.
I'm like, how the fuck did you do it? How did you do it? It's 2 of us and it's hard. How the fuck did you do this? Like part of it is like, all right, you rest a little bit. I'm gonna be with the baby. I'm gonna rest a little bit. Like you tag team, you try to do back and forth. I don't know how you do it by yourself. I don't. I truly don't understand. Like, my respect for single parents is like through the roof, man. Like that. No, I don't get it.
Even just the support that he has from his friends meant a whole lot, because they were kind of his rock for the first 5 years or so, helping him kind of raise that kid in some way.
Right, but like they're not there at 2 a.m, yo.
Nope.
Like, look, as quiet as it's kept, all those stories. If you don't have kids and you see those stories, like, oh, the parent forgot their kid in the car, type of shit. You don't judge those people, yo. Like, infants, don't judge those people, because you are out of your fucking mind of how tired you are. Yeah. Oh, how could you forget your kids? It's very easy when you got 2 hours of sleep for 4 days. Nah, yo, you're fucking.
It's like sensory deprivation.
Yo, it's like torture. No, dude, that is legit. Yo, I used to think I was hearing my daughter crying in the middle of the night. Like, I like hallucinating, because you are so fucking tired. Like, nah, yo, this shit is real. It's absolutely real.
So, just for the record, since we're recording this, and this is going to be available for years, have both of you forgotten your children in the car? Or at a store?
No, I'm not a white person.
I haven't. No,
no,
I haven't. I have not. No.
Okay, all right.
No, you know how I don't. You know how I didn't forget? I made it a point to put something in the back seat I needed. When I was dropping her off, I was like, no, I always checked. Nah, yo.
I've heard stories of people putting like rubber bands on their finger or something, or string on their finger. Just be like, why the fuck is this string on there? Oh, it's the baby reminder.
Yep. The only thing
I've forgotten like groceries and shit, but not the baby. I've left like groceries and shit on top of, or like a bottle or something on top of the roof of the car. I've done that.
Who hasn't?
But not the kids yet. Okay.
No.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I have because I used to drop my daughter off at daycare on my way to work. I have driven straight to work. Like, totally zoned out that I was supposed to drop her off at daycare. Got like 75% of the way to my job. I was like, oh shit. And she's back there like, ah. I'm like, oh, let me take this exit early. Like, totally forgot.
That's going to lead to my next question. Have you ever taken your kids to work?
No, taking them around those fucking psychos.
No, my job is not. I work in the Commonwealth of Virginia for a municipality. They do not allow babies to just roll up in there.
Nah.
Like, that might be like, I asked my wife that, and she was like, well, maybe some private sector jobs will let you do it because they really want you to work.
Yeah.
No, my job is the type of job where
keep them damn kids home.
We don't want you here if you can't work. Like, if you're sick, do not come in.
Wow.
If you got a baby and you need to take care of it, do not come in. That's why we give you 4 weeks. Don't come in.
Don't infect the rest of
That's 4 weeks for the man. That's 4 weeks for the man. Like if you're a woman and you have a baby, they give you way more time.
So
4.5 weeks.
So no future take your kids to work day, planned or unplanned.
Not at a young age. No.
Yeah.
No. Okay. Take your kids to work day is you ain't getting no work done. That's all that is. Although at my job, they have like activities for the kids. So you just dump them off and then they get to be scientists.
All right. And enough with this liberal nonsense.
Yeah. Like, take your kids to work day. Let them let them work the fryer at the fryolator at McDonald's or whatever.
That's pretty dope that they have stuff for your kids at your job.
Yeah, they do. Not every day. Once a year. No.
Science and shit.
Yeah.
Get them exposed.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Thanks.
So you can hire future nerds. So then we see a couple of like a montage of like of Matt, like he's kind of getting into the groove, right? Like there is a moment where you kind of get into it as a dad, right? Like you're like, oh shit, like remember the diapers, got the milk, like you get into a fucking groove. It takes a while though. It does take a while, but you eventually get into it, and it's like it feels easy. And then like for some reason you hit like another peak and then it gets hard again. But yeah, so that kind of thing. And so then we see like a montage of these like women saying like, "Oh, where's the mom?" And a guy like, "Where's the mom?" And he keeps making up lies like, "Oh, she's working with NASA," or she's serving time in San Quentin. And just because he just doesn't want to talk about the fact that his wife is dead.
I also felt, and I know no one would look at him and think that, but it just also made me wonder. And I don't know this, so if someone wants to comment and give their input, that'd be great. Do women get that question? Like,
no.
where is the dad? Because it just felt like
no,
not to their face, not to their face.
Yeah, not to their face. Okay,
when someone wants to judge them around their catty ass friends, or when someone commits a crime, and they go, well, where's the father?
Yeah. But no, like at a playground, no way. No one ever asked a mom, "Where's the dad?" No, get out of here. I didn't give a fuck about him. No, but I
really don't.
I have definitely been approached, like not as like crazy harsh as these women came off, but like, "Oh, taking care of your daughter." I'm like, yeah, that's what parents do. Like, it's not really a big deal. Like that's again, these are the bare minimum things that you're supposed to do as a parent.
I mean, it's just like, yeah, like I would like, okay, a man is holding his child. So is that child yours, or
you got to be? I was about to say you got to be careful too, because some people think that a man has abducted a child.
Yeah, no, that's real, dude. That's real. That's super real. You can't even look at kids, yo. Like, if you a guy, don't look at little kids. Like just
if a little kid is in trouble and you a guy, you better stay 4 feet away from that kid and yell for help. Like, I'm gonna stay with you, but I'm gonna need you to stay over there.
Yeah, COVID rules.
While I call for help.
That's why in every film where there is a man who has a little kid as a sidekick, the man is like, "Get away from me! I don't want you. Leave me alone. Where is your parent?"
Yeah. Now, like, people will think you abducted that kid, or you're a pedophile or some shit like that. But like, that's my kid. Look. Here's the thing. I'm lucky that my kid looks somewhat like me. Like, if my kid was as Asian, oh no, I'd be in a world of trouble. People are like, "Yo, you stole that kid!" Like, immediately.
Your daughter looks like both of you.
Yeah, no, she does. She looks like a combination of both. We are very lucky. But like, I didn't.
Nice.
What's that?
Must be nice.
Nigga, your son looks exactly like you.
Yeah.
When you were young, he looks exactly like you. Yes, he does.
Yeah, but I don't. I'm not young anymore. We cut his hair. He got the head. He got all this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But
there ain't no denying that. They're like, "Is this your son?" You be like, you just hit him with the profile. They be like, "Yeah,
the profile." All right. That's
we got it. We don't need to see any ID, sir. We understand.
He got the xenomorph head too. Okay, I got it.
Oh, no.
He'll grow into it.
Oh.
That poor boy. Big head boy.
He looks like such a sweet, just happy-go-lucky child.
He is. I love him very much. He very much is, and he's telling me that he has to pee now because we did potty training. So that is,
welcome to the party, pal.
Yeah,
it's awful. So then again, it's kind of like a montage of Matt kind of getting it together, right?
It's a lot. They do a good job of showing you what it's like, having these issues, these very common issues with newborns, and different ways to fix them. Like at one point, he enters a new mothers group. And
it said new parents.
It said new parents, and the one woman is like, AA is down the hall. It's just like, yo, fuck you, yo. Like,
right.
I don't have nobody to talk to about this shit, right? So he's getting tips and tricks and stuff, and And it's cute, right? It's cute. Like
This is the most Kevin Hardy moment of the movie, right? Like,
yeah, all this stuff is the most Kevin Hartish stuff in the film, right? Like, oh, well, my kid liked white noise from a vacuum, so instead of just downloading an app, the motherfucker turns on the vacuum cleaner. And he does it at work, right? Because he can bring his kid to work, and you know, this is, like you said, this is the montage of like very funny, very like not very funny, but like amusing things as a parent you can relate to.
right.
Just like, yep. Mm-hmm.
That, yeah, exactly. And that's fine. That's fine. I mean, I mean, like the white noise thing is, yeah, like all of that stuff. And so he's supposed to give this big presentation. He has to run out because he hears his daughter crying because he brought, his daughter into work. And surprisingly, everybody he's giving this presentation to, all these like bigwigs, are like, yeah, like, we're not upset by this. Here are some tips, and that's where he finds out about the white noise thing.
My secondhand embarrassment, my anxiety was so high at this moment. I was like, oh my god, is he like when you said that you hallucinated your daughter crying? It made me think about how he thought he heard her crying.
No,
and I was like, oh my god, and it's like I shouldn't have felt that way because it should be normalized that babies can be in a workplace and all the stuff like that. But at the same time, that's just not.
Should it?
Yo, that's not gonna work.
Look. I'm as liberal as anybody, yo.
Look,
my nigga.
In my liberal workplace, well, my workplace is very, very, very progressive. But I was just thinking, like, oh my god, he brought the baby to work, and you know, some people don't want to be here and all that when they're trying to get work done, and I'm
a parent and I don't want to hear it.
I don't want to hear the people in the cube next to me talking.
Put your goddamn headphones on and shut up. We got to be here for 8 hours. I hate all of you.
Get off the phone.
Like, that's my job. I don't care.
I work in communications. I don't give a fuck.
I was going to say, like, that's your baby.
Look. This moment where he's like, do you hear a baby like faintly crying? Like, yo, that's as close to humans gaining mutant abilities, yo. You can hear a fucking kid crying a mile away. There's something that rewires in your head. Like, it is any baby, yo. Any baby. Cause like, you can't help yourself. You're like, oh shit, there's a baby in distress. Like, you can't help yourself. Like, it's fucking weird. And it's very true. Like my mom even says, like, you're 41 years old. And she's like, I still don't sleep like soundly. I don't sleep soundly after having you. She still can't because it's always, your mind is always triggered to that. My daughter wakes up and makes a noise, like, cause we have a screen that like, you know, like a kind of baby monitor thing. If she gets up and is like, I wake up immediately, dude. There's no fucking sleeping through that shit. I will wake up immediately. And then I have to like, my wife starts moving and I have to like relax. Cause she wakes up and starts talking and I'm like, no, if the baby hears you, then she gonna wake all the way up and then we're gonna be in there at 3 a.m.
That
be quiet.
Sound,
no, come on, be a parent. It's great.
Nah, I'm good for now.
Take your time. Take your time. No, but the thing is, all of this stuff, like, the fucking cute pictures and videos and shit like that, that's 80% of it. Like, it is.
I mean, that's cute. That's really cute when I could just look online and then literally go to another app on my phone and never have to think about it again.
Right, exactly.
But I love
that baby is adorable over there.
Yeah, look. Jay shares pictures of his adorable daughter, who will probably be like my age by the time I'm actually able to meet her.
Yes,
but also like, I've been around babies and young kids, and I've worked with them. Gotta say, I feel like I'm gonna be looking in from the outside for at least probably the next decade to come.
It's fine. There's no rush.
But I felt anxious for Matt because I'm like, oh, this is a big presentation. They already caught him sleeping, and now he's running out the room, and I'm thinking like, I don't know. I felt so worried for this character, and being afraid that he will lose his job, knowing that I already knew the I've read the ending before when I started the movie.
You gotta stop that.
Yo, just watch the movie.
Ridiculous. You're not
couldn't
gonna die.
help it.
It's not the ring or whatever, right? Like it's not. You're not gonna. Nothing's gonna happen to you.
My anxiety would not let me calm down, so I needed to know there was going to be a happy ending.
Yo, it's an American movie. It's gonna have a happy
Like, what did you think it was gonna say on Wikipedia? Like, during that meeting, Matt actually dies of secondhand embarrassment, leaving the child to be an orphan. Like, what the fuck?
I was afraid that he would get
end.
fired.
Paul Reiser fires a single black father, and now he's living off the street, and it turns into the pursuit of happiness. Like, nah.
Maybe. I don't know this nigga. I did not know this is a memoir. It could have gone literally any way.
I love how you had to read the end. You're fucking ridiculous.
But do not spoil Fast 9 for me, because I actually not gonna.
Trust me, there'll be no anxiety in that one. Their cars go fast. There's your spoiler. Yeah, and like they tell him, like, look, do the white noise thing, do the skin on skin contact thing, which is incredibly important. And so he does all those things while he's having the meeting, right? And Paul is like, Paul Reiser's character brings him in afterwards, and he's like, hey, I want to talk about this, with you, and and all this other stuff. And it feels like he's about to get fired. And then one of the women from the presentation comes in and is like, oh, you did such a great job. That was amazing. I just want to let you know. He's like, oh, great. Glad to hear it. Cause I'm about to get fired.
Smart.
Yeah, no, I'd have said that shit too. No, that's a good line. Make him feel guilty. And so he's like, yeah, look, I'm not going to fire you. I'm just going to, I just want you to, get some help, like get somebody to come and, take care of the baby or whatever. Which, I mean, like, a babysitter would help, dog.
Yeah. And
then he hires, this hippie woman named Summer, to be, the baby. No. Look, I need a person of color. Sorry.
I don't care if it's a person of color. I care that it's not a hippie. I don't like hippies, yo. I really don't.
Like, she's like, I'm going to pick you up now. It's a baby. Just pick the baby up. Like, I get it. You're respecting the child, but like, relax. It's a baby.
You don't want to ask the baby's permission, yo. You really don't.
Have y'all started having conversations with your wives about leaving, about like daycare and possible babysitters as your kids?
Yeah, my daughter's going. My daughter's going back to daycare August 1st.
Mine's going in July.
July 1st?
No. What's the 6th?
Oh, damn! You trying to get them out here early? Go.
Yeah. We got a wedding on the 2nd. The 5th is the observance of the 4th. The 6th.
So who's counting? That's funny.
You're just trying to. You're gonna make sure your child is out there. Just
hey, look. In fairness, it's been 15 months, dude. 15.
Given the daycare, given where the daycare is, it is probably the most secure place you can send your child. Mm-hmm. You know where my wife.
Yeah, I know. Right?
Yeah. It's pretty damn secure.
Yeah. Micah's son's daycare is in the CIA. No, I'm kidding. But yeah. No, my daughter will go back August 1st. Look, 15 months has been a very long time being home, full time with a kid, like a baby.
I imagine.
Whew. When I don't shave my head, boy, that I can see all that gray percolating just at the side of my head.
Okay, we don't need to lie.
What? It's right over there. I haven't shaved my head today. It's sad. There's one scene that I fucking laughed my ass off, which is Matt having a sign over the doorbell that says, you ring, you die. Yo, we have a sign that I wrote over our doorbell. Do not ring the doorbell for packages. Please don't. Oh, if I put my daughter down and she is asleep and you ring that doorbell, that happened. It's happened maybe 2 times because like people, they just like FedEx or whatever will just ring it.
Right.
not paying
And then
attention.
bring it and run away.
Yo, I'm down in the living room right near the front of the house. The window shades are up. So I see this person. They ring the doorbell and they're like, oh, my bad. I was like, nigga, I just put her down like 20 minutes ago. And when she wakes up, that's it. It's a wrap. I was like,
Oh no.
I really, really need those naps, like for my own mental health. Like I need them. Like she needs them, but I need them too. Like you're fucking up my day. Like that's the time I get work done.
Maxwell's old enough. He'll just sleep through it now. Like whatever. He'll sleep through it. Like we can make all the noise in the world and he'll just be like, he's getting that like, I'm a little kid and I don't want to get up if I don't want to get up phase.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
I mean, partially it's nice. I'm sure it'll be a pain in the ass later.
Yeah, when I actually need him to get up.
Right.
I got to hear all that jibber jabber. All right, get out of here.
You want to get up? No. I hate you, Dad.
Light. Yeah.
Open them shades, nigga. Get your ass up. It's noon. The fucked up thing is like all of these things that we're commiserating on as dads as we're going through this. It's funny because you would think that Micah would be like a fellow supportive dad, like, but he's not, right? Like I texted this nigga and told him to pray for me today in my trying times as a father. And he was so dismissive. Today, first day, kid in the toddler bed, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm not going to pray for you. You're not a Christian. That's not how this works."
Prayers are for the religious, Tiara. Prayer. I don't know if you know that, but that's kind of how prayer works.
Nah, he don't give a fuck.
I have heard that Jay is both an atheist who also believes in God.
Yes, that's right. I believe that when it's convenient. That's when it's convenient. Like when I need a little extra juice. Like nah, he ain't supportive. Like that one time, this was like a real hard day. This nigga gonna call. I texted him. This nigga gonna call back laughing. Like he ain't shit.
Yeah, I did that. Yeah. Because it's funny. Because we're so close to the kids are so close in age.
They're only 5 months apart, right?
Yeah, like I'm experiencing things literally a couple months before he is. Right, like it's amusing to me.
Like, oh, are you there? Good. Go fuck yourself. So
this is my dude. I told you.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, for the rest of my life. Yeah, you can one up me on that. Congratulations. That's all right. Yeah, you got a boy. I got a girl. We're gonna hit a divergence here soon.
We're about to hit a quick divergence, and it's gonna be
pretty severe.
Yeah.
Pretty severe. So then one time while Matt's at home, doorbell rings and oh shit, here it is. Fucking Alfre Woodard's character coming to be there during the baby's I guess 1 year checkup. And they go to the checkup and the doctor is like, look, the baby is great. Everything is fine. You're doing a great job. And he kind of has this like little moment where he's like, yeah, I'm nothing. Like, I'm just trying to do the right thing. I'm, trying to do good by my daughter and by my ex, my wife who passed. And she's like, no, you're doing great. And if your wife was here, she'd be proud of you.
That made me tear up.
Did it? Yeah. Look, man, I am the father I am because my wife is the mother she is. Like, I could not do it by myself. No fucking way. No way.
I think the movie did a good job making sure that Liz's presence was felt at all times.
Yeah. Yeah, they do. They do. Which is a shame because she's in the movie for like 9 seconds. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, you definitely feel that. Like, he doesn't function as a dad of like, hey, your mom dead, and like that's it. Like, let's move forward. Like, no, he's always thinking about her. And look, to his credit,
go
ahead.
One thing that I really appreciate about this movie is that, like, not normally, but in some instances, the single father in this case would be bitter at the child.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And,
Yeah.
and I'm glad there was not even a hint of that. I'm glad there wasn't even a hint of that. Like he was just like, nah, yo, this is my kid and I love this baby and I gotta do what I gotta do. Like that's what I was worried about. Like
Yeah.
manufactured conflict like that. Like
Right.
I mean, there would definitely be people who have that sort of feeling, but like, I don't want to see that. There was that article like, oh, these people like, I regret having kids. You gonna write that in an article? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
is
you
wrong
gonna be
with
that bold, yo? Like, all right, man.
you? I saw somebody say we need to normalize people saying that they regret having kids. No, fuck them. Fuck them.
No, just we need to
Fuck
normalize
them.
people not being pressured to having kids.
That's the
Right.
right
That's what we
answer.
need to
No,
do.
you don't normalize. You don't normalize vocalizing how much you hate being a parent. What the fuck? That's terrible.
And also, like,
what
your
kind of
pa- like,
fucking
your-
what kind of hippie liberal bullshit logic is that? Stop it. Stop normalizing every behavior. It's fucking not cool. Shut up.
but also, like,
Stupid.
when your children are your children, but also they're going to be they're people. They're going to grow up to be
They're human beings. They're gonna
human
read that
beings.
article, dude. They're gonna see
And
that
they-
article.
and they're going to internalize that from a very young age. You can't just say stuff like that.
Yo, kids pick up on shit. If you don't fuck with them, they will pick up on
no.
that shit. Yes, you will put those kids in
No.
therapy, or they will end up them and their twin brother shooting you with a shotgun in your bed, like the what was it the
Like those
Menendez brothers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, come on, man. Like, no, like we need to normalize that. No, shut up. Like, no, we don't. Like, that's horrible. Like, it's a horrible thing. And in that article, they were like, well, you know, my wife wanted to have kids because she saw her girlfriends having kids, and she just felt like she wanted to do that.
You should have said no.
Babies
You should have
ain't
said no
cute,
and
man.
left.
Yo, it's not a cat. It's not a dog, yo.
It's not a pet.
It's a fucking human being. If you aren't ready to have kids, or your friends are all having kids and you feel you need to because of that, grow the entire fuck up. No, yo, this is not a decision you make on a whim. Take that shit super seriously. It's a human life. So Matt goes to Minnesota, and he sits there with Marion, and she's talking about how she spent days in the room that Liz grew up in because she was just so brokenhearted. And now she only spends an hour a day in there, which is really sad.
Also can't imagine.
Losing your child? No. I'm pretty sure my neighbor just did, and like in his 20s, and like I cannot imagine. I can't. There's probably nothing worse than that. I would have to assume there is no feeling worse than outliving your child.
I don't think there's a word for it, right? Is there a word for it for people who lose children?
Oh yeah. I can't remember what the term is,
What,
but
like reverse orphan or something?
Yeah.
Not like reverse orphan, but
Right,
like
yes.
but that's what you're talking about. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sure there is. I'm
what
sure there
is a reverse orphan? Google.
So
Yeah.
What is the inverse of an orphan? Childless mother, childless father. Yeah, no, that's horrible. No, thank you. No thanks. I did skip over a scene. I apologize. Where Matt goes out with Lil Rel Howery, and they go out to a club, and he like completely rejects going out to have a good time. Like he's just not about it at all. Yeah, I can relate to that. I don't want to go out like clubs. Why?
yeah, sometimes kids change people. Like sometimes
It just
people
does.
don't change, right? But
Which is
like,
weird.
to me. It is, but so you still own, I guess. But normally kids kind of change you a bit. And it's not to say that they make it less fun, but they rearrange your priorities.
Yeah.
At least I think they should.
They should.
And and that's why people don't, they choose not to have them, right? Because it's like, nah, yo, I'm fucking
I'm out here going to conferences in California. That's what I do.
First of all,
ain't nobody say you. So vain.
I mean,
hanging out with the only two other black people in the state that I'm in.
Nobody mentioned you, Tiara. It's not always about you. I'm talking about diabetes every weekend. It's not about you, Tiara. It's not.
I mean,
Grow up.
I mean, Mike can say only two black people, and I live in California, so I know this is true. Oakland's right up the street, so
that don't count. Not where you are. No.
Yes, it does.
No, it's you, two black women, and a bunch of Asian people, and all white people.
I thought you said it wasn't about me.
Not you specifically.
Okay, all right.
The royal.
Yeah, the royal you. The other black person.
I swear to God, y'all, I can't stand y'all. But anyway, how did fatherhood change both of you?
There's a lot of ways. I'm really not tolerant of like bullshit. Like I like less so, which is weird because I don't suffer fools well at all. But yeah, I'm a very liberal person, like by all accounts, but I don't, like how I see women's issues. I wasn't like, are women treated differently? Like I wasn't like that. That's ridiculous.
You're one of them people. You're one of them misogynists that all of a sudden
turns out, guys. Did you guys know? What? No, I've certainly just become. I've become more adamant about like not. Like, I don't believe in putting women on a pedestal necessarily because I think that's also offensive. Like, oh, they're so delicate flowers that don't touch them, right? Like, they're human beings, right? You know, you just treat them with respect, like you treat any man with respect that earns it. But I just find myself, I just find myself not being tolerant to like people like demeaning to, you know, like, women's perspectives. Like that really pisses me off, or trying to put women in a box like that. I think that's probably my biggest change of like, I've always been like that, but it's definitely heightened. Like it's super heightened. And also like I do these like little talks with my daughter, which I kind of enjoy, right? That like teach her about bravery and shit like that. And like, you know, not being afraid of things. And so those kind of like having those like weird, like parent talks, like changes you, like just in how you realize how the world is and what you're trying to not necessarily protect them from, but prepare them for. It does. Like I said, it rearranges your priorities in a lot of very interesting ways. I don't want to go out to the club. I'm not interested in that shit. Like I was never a huge club person anyway, but like, hey, you guys want to go out and hang out and drink? No, no, I don't. Like I like hanging out with my kid. Like I do. I like hanging out with her. So I don't know. Micah, it's made you more bitter, angrier.
No, it's made me even more of a scaredy cat than I already am. Just because, you know, I got issues, right? Like my brother died at 9 months, and you know, I was there for it. Like I remember everything about that day. I remember sitting there and in an orange room watching watching the Snorks on a red and black shag carpet, and I remember hearing my mom just screaming. I remember medics coming in, right? And I remember everything about that day. So throughout the first 9 months of Maxwell's birth, I was just walking on eggshells, right? Like, cause I'm afraid of what's going, you know, that it could happen again. And I told the pediatrician that, and she was like, he's already gotten his shots for what your brother died from back in 86. So, you're good on that front, but I'm just scared, man. I'm scared that something's going to happen. I'm scared that one day he's not going to wake up. I'm scared that, you know, he's got a little bump on his a little like dot on his lip. And I was scared that that's going to be cancerous. I was scared I'm scared of when he's gonna grow up. You know what I mean? Because he's a black boy, yo. Like people treat black boys like they're fucking grown ass men, which is why I'm adamant to not call him like my little man or shit like that. Like, nah, yo, he's a boy.
I just saw somebody do that today, actually.
I can't stand it, man. I can't stand it. Like, I know what you're trying to do. Nah, yo, you can't put that kind of pressure on a kid, even implicitly. He's a boy. Right. And society needs to know that he's a boy. He needs to know that he's a boy. And that there are certain things that you cannot expect of them. And you don't want it it's sad when a boy has to be the man of the house, because that means that the fucking man is gone. Yeah. And that's too much pressure to put on a child, man. Like, yeah, sure, it might toughen you up, or but you don't know what it'll do. You don't know what it'll do.
But they shouldn't have to be tough. They're kids.
You shouldn't have to be tough, yo. You're a child. You're in single digits, for God's sakes. Yeah. But yeah, it's just made me more paranoid, right? Like, like my eyes have been like, I was brought up in a Jewish neighborhood, and my parents did everything they could to shield me from like overt bigotry and racism. And I see that shit now. And I was having a conversation with my father. He was like, yeah, we didn't want to raise you to be, bitter towards white people, but like, you see it now. And now you got to decide how you want to raise your son. Do you want to raise your son to just be wary of white people? Or do you want him to give people a chance? But I was raised to give people a chance, but I kind of gave people too much of a chance. And I'm just, I don't know. I still don't know what to do. So it's changed me in that I'm way more paranoid, and I'm in complete and utter ignorance. And I'm the type of person that I don't like surprises, yo. Like I'm a ones and zeros person. Something is or isn't. And I don't like this nebulous feeling of uneasiness. You know what I mean? Yeah. But at the same time, right? Like, you got to live your life. But I'm going to be one of those parents. Where if my kid wants to go somewhere, I'm going to let him go. But I'm like, yo,
call me when you get there.
Call me when you get there. And then like, call me when you're about to go to bed. And then call me when you wake up. And then call me when you're about to, like, I feel like I'm going to be like that. But I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be like a helicopter.
I was going to say, will you actually get your own helicopter or?
Right. Because you can't be like that either.
That fucks kids up. That actually fucks kids up. Right.
Right. So you can't be like that. So, and look, maybe it'll change. Right. Maybe it'll change. Maybe he'll get on my goddamn nerves. I'm just like, I can't wait for you to go off to college or whatever. Right. Like, not even whatever. College. I don't want you in the military. But like,
no place for black man.
Just like, I don't know. That's how it's changed me. I'm a scared old white woman.
I've been saying that for years. I'm glad you finally admitted it on the show. Yeah, look, I mean, it will make you more paranoid. That's absolutely true. Like, yeah, I mean, the will things happen to them thing is like, that's in the back of your mind always. Always. Anytime she falls, I'm like,
right? I told Jay the story of Maxwell had when he first busted his lip, and I'm not going to get into the details of it because that's just for Jay and I. But when he first busted his lip, it's just a busted lip, It's just a busted lip. Busted lips heal on their own in 3 days. We went to the goddamn not the hospital. We went to PM Pediatrics, which is like a minute clinic for babies, right? And children. And we waited there, and the woman, we waited like almost an hour. And I took him back, and the woman was like, she didn't touch him. She looked at him. Give it 3 days, keep some ice on it. He'll be fine. You good? All right. It was less than 3 minutes. I was back there for less than 3 minutes. but like I was scared, right?
And look,
didn't know.
the thing is, it's a reasonable fear, right? Like you're, you know, it's a reasonable fear. You don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, Micah's already paranoid, you know, but
I'm already a coward.
right. We bestowed my cowardism into this situation.
I didn't want to say it, but you know.
That's hilarious. But yeah, I mean, look, it will make you scared. It like, you can't help it. You can't help it because you care.
I can't wait till your kids listen to this episode, like when they're,
oh my
when they're
God.
older.
My daughter says she wants to, she has a podcast, is what she tells me. And I'm like, what's it about? She's like, it's about social media. That's what she says.
Oh no. Oh no.
It's like, my wife is like, who's on this show? And she's like, me and Danny. I'm like, all right, cool.
So cute.
She's adorable.
That is adorable.
They look, both of these kids, they're something else, man. It'll be interesting.
You should do video diaries. We do a video diary every month. You should do that. You got the equipment for it.
I do.
Just put her in front of it and start talking. And
It should. She don't stop. That's the fucking problem. She's a lot like her parents in that way.
You talk to her about politics?
a bunch of blowhards.
Yeah. What's that?
You gonna start a kids political show with her?
What do you think of this? I think these people are fucking idiots. Very good. Very good. She's right. Well, she'd be smart enough to be a congressperson from Texas. She's smarter than Louis Gohmert, I guarantee you.
I'm pretty sure she is.
Yeah. She knows how thunder's made via science, so she's already smarter than him.
Is thugs of news correspondent.
You goddamn right. She's gonna be our first one. So at this point, we'll fast forward. Matt gets set up with this woman, Lizzie Swan, played by DeWanda Wise. Good Lord. Look, spoiler alert. If you don't cast this woman to play Storm in the X-Men movie, you're a fool.
Jessup.
Yes.
Is she really? That's right. You said she's
raised in Woodlawn. I think.
Yeah. I mean, look, she looks like every woman I've ever seen in Maryland, obviously. That's what all women in Maryland look like.
Well, Jay, I do have to tell you, she may not be Storm. She may or may not be Storm, but she will be in one of your favorite franchises, Jurassic World.
I'm not seeing that movie. I'm not seeing it. I don't care how fine she is. I'm not seeing that fucking movie. No. Nothing will make me see that goddamn movie. Stupid dinosaurs. So they go on a date. Things are going well. Like they go on a couple of dates and like shit's vibing. Is the single dad thing? Is that what's hot in the streets? I'm asking you. She like what streets?
You looking for a ready-made family?
Yeah.
Just
no.
as ATR.
It's stir.
No, I don't want any. No, I'm good.
So if you see a handsome fella at the local dog park and he's got a baby, but he's single, ready to mingle, is that a thing?
Hate seeing children at the dog park. It literally makes me angry to the sometimes the point where I leave.
Fine, if he's out getting a churro or whatever you people eat over there.
Like that was like the worst example you're gonna use. My doggy park friends can tell you that I fucking hate them.
I hate kids.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I don't fuck with them. So if you saw Kevin Hart,
right,
as tall as he is, out there being a single dad.
Let's use a more realistic example. Chris Evans is your age. If Chris Evans had a baby and if that child was like maybe a few months old, and I met him and there was chemistry there, maybe.
Interesting. It has to be Captain fucking America. See,
yes.
Zero respect for single fathers. So he's dating her, and like this is another like slight conflict, which is this idea of him, and it's not conflict between people; it's just situational conflict. What he's trying to do with like having a love life, possibly, and keeping his his daughter prioritize. And him and Lizzie are doing the thing that you do on dates. You play Mortal Kombat with each other, which is
that was so cute.
Look, I would play whatever video game she wanted to play. I'll just tell you that right now. The woman is gorgeous.
She has amazing eyes. Like I can't.
And her voice is just so like velvety and smooth and just.
You need a minute? You need a minute? You good?
She was just like to me, she was the best part of the movie, other than Maddie.
Damn, you threw the rest of the whole movie out? God damn.
I mean, I could have watched a movie with like her and Maddie bonding, but I'm
actually surprised there wasn't more of that, because I was enjoying that. Like I thought it was cute. The little girl who plays Maddie. At this point, she's I guess maybe like 5. Yeah. Which is such a great age, right? Like they are smart and they know things, and you don't have to be like on top of them all the time. And so he admits to Maddie that he's dating this woman. And he introduces them at this carnival. And she's like, you can call me Swan, which is adorable. And like they bond, and everybody's getting along. Things are going almost way too well. Where if this was a more traditional movie, this would be the part where I don't know, a rocket hit the town or something and everyone died. So yeah, it's just black people living their lives. Like that's all it is. Yeah. And it's nice to see. It's just nice to see. It felt so
easy. It was just so easy to watch. Like, and I was so glad the movie didn't take the turn where they made, DeWanda Wise's character to be, weirdly demanding of Kevin Hart's time. Like she was just She was just understanding. He was like, yeah, she's my priority. She was like, you know what? I know that's one of the reasons why I like you. And I said, oh, great. That means there doesn't have to be any weird forced conflict between them. Like the conflict that's between them felt pretty natural to me. But she wasn't like basically like a wicked almost stepmother in this movie, which is great.
Right. And the demanding thing, like you could see that being a real thing, right? Like in real life, like how are we going to have this relationship with you and this child in the way? Like she not in the way, dog. Like you in the way.
Right.
Fuck. So yeah, it was just kind of nice to not have that. Cause I thought the same thing. I was like, oh God, I hope that's not a thing that they do. Cause I like DeWanda Wise and I don't want to hate her character.
Yeah, me neither. She's too fine.
Exactly. I agree. So there's also this running joke that Maddie, doesn't wear a skirt to her Catholic school, even though she's required by the dress code, but instead, likes to wear, pants. One of the teachers at the school takes Maddie into the office and forces her to wear a skirt. One of the nuns at the school forced her to wear a skirt. So she puts on the skirt and then she goes to climb up on the jungle gym, and kids see that she's wearing like Batman underwear that she picked out of the store earlier and that they're boys' underwear. And they start making fun of her, and then she tries to jump down, and she doesn't know the lesson of a cannonball is a disastrous attack move. She does a cannonball off of the jungle gym and smacks her head right on the ground, and has to be taken to the doctors.
When she fell and she was like, I want my daddy, I was like, I know, girl, I know you do. Like, are you okay? Like, I just like in that she does such a good job of like making the audience, like us, like wanting to kind of like take care of her and like worry about her. And also want to beat up some little kids for first making fun of her, calling her a boy because she wore pants. And then when she has a skirt, because she said, I don't like wearing skirts because it made me feel like I forgot my pants. And here she is wearing boys' underwear because she wants to. And they make fun of her for that too. Little kids are assholes.
That is correct. Little kids are fucking awful.
You're going to tell Brenda to do that if some little boy makes fun of her?
What, fight him?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that I would tell her to fight them.
Punch your kids punch your friends in the face, right?
Yeah, no, I support that. Like, I am a huge, that is a huge policy of mine, that I think, women and men should adopt, is to punch your friends in the face when you get older. Look, people need to be checked. Like, that's just a thing. You can't have just a society of habitual line steppers. So yeah, like the skirt thing, you know, this is like, obviously Micah is not going to deal with this. Like, or maybe actually, who knows? Yeah, who knows? But, no, I wouldn't send my daughter to a school that demanded that she had to wear, certain clothes. I wouldn't.
Don't send to Catholic school.
Me send my daughter to a Catholic school? What sort of insane scenario would get me to do that? Well,
I think it's important to mention for this movie, for context, like this is the school her mom wanted her to go to, like early on. So that's the only reason why she's there. But otherwise, like it's clear that Maddie wasn't happy being in a place where they have such binary rules for little girls.
Right. But no, the first time they told my daughter she had to wear that, I'd be like, do you want to wear that? No? Cool. We're done with this school. We're done. Like we're done. I wouldn't. It was like some signed contract. Like, this is what your kid has to wear. No. You're not gonna force my kid to wear anything. Fuck off. Like, you wouldn't let your kid go to a school that had a dress code. Like not even like pants and skirts, but like no. A dress code is one thing. I'm saying like they have to wear a skirt because they're girls.
Right.
Okay. Right. Like, I'm not going to be like, well, our dress code says you can't wear a mini skirt. You can't wear this polo shirt with a school crest on it. Like, no. Yeah. Like, that's silly. But no, I mean, like, sort of like hyper-defined gender roles, like gender dressing. No, I'm not going to do that. No, fuck off. Like, even if my daughter wore a skirt all the time, like, my daughter likes to wear dresses, like, I'm still not sending my kid there because it's just that clearly they put people in boxes. Like, no, I'm not doing that. You're there to get an education. You're not there to dress for sister fucking so-and-so. Fuck out of here. So she has to get stitches. They take her to the hospital. And it's the hospital that, Liz died in. And, meanwhile, Matt was too busy blowing Swan's back out in the morning because she was like,
be respectful.
I mean, she was like, you're gonna get lucky if you bring over a latte. I'm like, I'd have brought 5. Well, 2.
And he was like, oh, that's all. Oh, okay.
Oh, bet. Nah, I got you. Yeah. You working from home today? All right, cool. Me too. Shit, they wasn't even a Saturday, yo. It was a weekday. This kid was in school.
Yeah, right after he dropped off Maddie.
You like, goddamn right. I would have drove right to Starbucks or wherever you prefer, Pete's Coffee, whatever, and I'd have got you that latte. Wise. I'll get you 2.
Right, I know how this is going to sound, but
go ahead.
Kevin Hart is mad little, yo.
Yeah, that's fucked up. That man can't help his height. That's why he worked out so much. That's why he tried to look swole, right? Like, he's like, I'm not gonna be out of shape and 5'2". Like, nah, yo.
When he wanted to go kiss DeWanda Wise, like, only like, you know how sometimes like in most movies, like the man kind of has to bend down even just a little bit. He just like did like a Michael Jackson leans with just kiss her, and I was like, oh, he could just lean forward.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up. That man can't help. He's 5'3". I think he's 5'3", which is a crazy short height for a guy, dude. Like, I'm 5'9", and people make fun of my height. 5'3", yikes. Now you got to be funny. Like, you got to have a great personality if you're 5'3". You do. Or in the words of Kevin Sanders, you short? You got a big dick? Like, that's it. You don't got that, you fucked. That's it. It's over.
Oh, God.
That guy's my hero, right?
Yes, he is.
No, I hate that. I hate that guy. All women have humanities degrees. Oh, what are those good for? educating the masses. All right, nigga, you're fucking.
Where's the wife's placement? Right behind the man. Tell
Isn't he a marketing guy? Wasn't his whole thing a marketing thing? Like, isn't
Yes.
that's a humanities degree? What is he talking? That's a humanities degree. This nigga telling you how to get married. You twice divorced. Nigga, all right. I don't like
So
that
mad.
guy. I don't like that guy. He's a dummy. Got a big dick? Stop asking me that. This guy's weird. So then you find out, poor Maddie lost a necklace that Matt gave her that was her mom's, and she gets really, really upset. And she does a really good job in the acting here. Like, you know, I know Micah hates children actors, but I thought she did. I know you do.
I do, but she was pretty good.
Better than you, man. So then Paul Reiser wants Matt to go to Croatia for a month. I'm like, why are you bringing me this option? I'm a dad. No. I'm a single dad. I'm not going to anywhere for a month.
He said to give him time to focus. I'm like, what the hell?
No, yeah.
On his work?
Yeah.
Would you quit your job if your job asked you to do something like that?
On the spot? No. I go on ZipRecruiter like that evening. No, yo, you're not gonna offer for me to leave my home as a single dad for a month. No, that tells me everything about what you think of me as a person. No, absolutely not. What about you, Micah?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't make an impulsive. I'm not that type of person to begin with.
Fuck y'all, I'm out. I have bills, nigga. Like, what the fuck?
Go on Twitter and tweet chat the whole experience. Be like, and then I walked out.
Nah, yo, like, I don't know what it would take for me to quit a job on the spot. It'd have to be pretty egregious. I got bills, yo.
Yeah,
that's a movie. That's out of the fucking movies, my nigga. Like, hey, do this.
Right.
Fuck you, white man. And I just walk out? No.
Right. Look, we big Seinfeld fans, but like, we ain't gonna let George Costanza get us fucked up.
Right.
Like, that's some George Costanza shit.
Yeah.
Hey, get out of here, yo.
Just quit.
What about sports? I like talking about sports. Maybe I could be a writer. Like, no. Get out of here.
No, you get mad, you know, and you're rightfully angry, and then you go home, you pull up ZipRecruiter or Monster or whatever, and you start sending out resumes. That's what you do.
The same thing you do when you don't like a job that something had that wasn't egregious happen. Like I didn't like the people I worked with, so I started going on governmentjobs.com and throwing my resume out there. Get out of here, man.
You know, when you get that bite, then you come in that day bold. You wear that t-shirt you ain't supposed to wear. I can't breathe. That's right. Fuck y'all. And then you quit. I like my last week of any job. I wear the most ignorant shit I can think of. I don't give a fuck or anything controversial. Absolutely. I got my Caucasian shirt. The one that looks like the Atlanta Braves shirt, making fun of white people. Yeah, look, I'm wearing that on the last day of the next time I quit. Oh, 100%. Hopefully I'll just be working from home. Yeah.
I believe this.
No, you can take that to the bank. That is not a joke. I will wear something. They'll be like, you shouldn't wear that here. Like, this is my last day. Can I leave early? Bye.
Pop up on a Zoom meeting, working from home. No background, but with just all the offensive shit.
That would be wild. I don't have anything offensive in here. No, I would just show up on my Zoom meeting with my Black Panther helmet on. Like, who cares? You're being ridiculous.
Yeah, white folks like Black Panther, so that wouldn't make them feel any type of way.
I was wearing the Dr. Doom one, Michael left here, right? That one, or I was wearing the Iron Man helmet, just like an idiot.
It's hilarious.
I would do it. Matt breaks the news to Maddie that he stopped dating Swan because when he had to go to the hospital, he got really upset because he was out there blowing Swan's back out at home. and he missed 19 calls from the school saying that Maddie got hurt. And so he wasn't mad at Swan. He was, as much as he was just upset with himself. And he was like, look, this is not, we're not ready for this. And she was like, she's not ready or you're not ready. And he was like, and it was just honest. Like, he's not ready. And you understand it. Look, hopefully my wife and I don't see why anything would change, that we will be together until the day that we die. But if I was suddenly like back out dating and have a child, that whole idea of dating and having kids and like, making sure you don't introduce them too early or, too late and all, that's hard. That's got to be incredibly difficult. I cannot imagine what that's like. So good luck to people out there dating and with kids. Like, oof.
And like also just having like those building that trust with someone new to bring them around your child. I mean, you hear stories all the time about single parents dating and then, the person they're dating does something to the child.
Right.
Yeah.
I'd go to jail for that.
Get it.
I'd go to jail because I would try to kill that person. It's a fact.
Okay.
No, it's a fact. You touch my kid. That's not.
It is.
I believe
That's a fact. Like, look, we have discussed this many times on the series of podcasts. Micah has one job, and I have and I also have that job. If we are in a courtroom and that person is sitting there, his job is to get between me and the bailiff and give me a couple of seconds so I can fuck that person up in that courtroom, I'm going to try to smash your head through that fucking table. I can tell you that right now, No. You touch my kid, I will fucking try to kill you. Like, oh, are you scared to go to jail? That's a minor issue because I won't be thinking about it. I'll be thinking about how to hurt you. Like, that's it. No, I can't imagine. That's the type of shit that keeps me up at night, Like, those kind of things. I have a girl. Like, no, Like, I think about that, like, dating or whatever, and it's straight or gay, whatever. Like, no, don't fuck with my kid. I don't care what you look like. Don't matter. Gay, straight, trans, bi, whatever. You put your hands on my kid, we're going to have a conversation. Like,
Aruna, if you're listening to this about
17 years from now,
15, 17.
I'll tell her in the face. Don't bring no bullshit in here because I will fight them. Seriously.
If you're listening to this and if you thought your dad was joking,
I'm not joking.
It's the year 2021. He was not joking.
Yeah. She'd be like, yeah, I know. I go visit him in his orange jumpsuit up Jessup every other weekend. Like, nah, Trying to find out where DeWanda Wise is from. Like, nah, Nope. Nah, I would lose my mind. I know I would. I would lose my mind. I have anger issues. No. Nope. So then, as he's being asked to go to Croatia, Matt takes Maddie to Minnesota, to stay with Marion, for a little bit. And he realizes like how happy she is there and just that Marion raised Liz and like Liz was amazing and that she would obviously with all her craziness would be able to raise Maddie better than him. And so he's just thinking about that. That's a hard fucking choice.
Yeah, Kevin Hart does a pretty good job of showing the agony of that decision. And I will give Kevin Hart his props for this movie, right? Like I think he does a very, very good job playing against type. And I wouldn't mind him doing more of this. Especially because his stand up isn't as funny as it used to be to me. Not saying he's not funny. Yeah, he's funny, but the Kevin Darnell Hart playing Kevin Hart comedian, like that shtick has gotten old on me.
Yeah,
and I think it's time for him to evolve, and I think this is an excellent showcase for it. I think he can pull off drama and with a little bit of humor sprinkled in. And he's lived a weird life. Like he's lived a life where, kids have been threatened to be taken away. Like, of all his transgressions,
Didn't know that.
I mean, like if you cheat on someone, like there's the threat that, like, if you divorce someone, there's the threat that
You'll lose your kids.
aren't going to
Oh
see
wow,
your kids.
I really didn't know any of that. Oh wow.
Oh yeah. No, he has done quite a lot of cheating. Like a lot.
Yeah. Like, come on, bro. Like, this is why you. I mean, look, you from Philadelphia. What could be expected of you? But he does a very good job, and I think this movie is a testament to the fact that he needs to kind of turn a corner in his career, I think.
Yeah. Hey,
but look, we'll see. He's got a couple more comedies. Like he's gonna be Ace the Bat Hound in that Super Friends Pets movie, and he's got a couple other comedic roles. So we'll see. Yeah, I like this Kevin Hart.
Yeah,
a little more than some of the other Kevin Harts I've seen.
Yeah, it's just it's nice to have him toned down a little bit.
Yeah, because he's always like
screaming.
Okay, like all right.
Yeah, and you play to what works and what sells out arenas and stuff like that. That's not me judging him. It's just it is what it is. And that's my preference, right? Like you said. So after leaving Minnesota, he's heading back to Boston to go on this trip to Croatia with his buddy, and like he just can't get over leaving Maddie, right? He finds out Paul Reiser is leaving. Paul Reiser is leaving the job and going to a higher position, and so he's offering Matt his position, so he would be like this big time manager and a lot more money and everything else, and it could be really great for him. And so he's like, look, you go to Croatia for a month, and then you go to London for another month, and you kick ass, and you come back and you get this big job. And then he's sitting in the hotel, or excuse me, he's sitting at the airport with Oscar, and Oscar is like, yeah, man, we're going to go over here. And he's like teaching him some Croatian. And then all he can think about is like the moments with Maddie, and which is all too real, right? Like whenever you're sort of reminded about, what's going on in life, kids have a tendency to kind of pull you back, and make you think about those things. And he's remembering his time with Maddie and with Maddie and Swan, and he's just like, you know what? Fuck this. Work is not more important than my child. And and he also sees, which I thought was powerful, he sees a teenage girl sitting at the airport talking to her dad, and that like that moment, I was just like, yeah, that's it. Cause you can see your kid in the future, and you're just like, fuck, like, holy shit, just imagining what they will be accomplishing and what they'll be able to do and who they are. And he's just like, he don't want to miss it. And work is just not, a priority for him. And then they flash back to one more thing before he decides to leave the airport, which is Maddie taking her first walk.
That was so cute.
I will never forget that moment. I will never forget it. I was like, it was just me and her in the room. I have it like on video because it's like there's a camera in her room, could see it. I will fucking never forget it. And like, I scream like in the video. I was like, oh my God, like she's doing it. And I ran downstairs and like showed it to my wife. Like, I will never forget that moment. That is a powerful moment to watch a kid do that. Like, it's awesome. It's awesome. Like, you're just like, like it's so different than everything they've done, right? Like crawling, and then they just like fucking stand up like a fucking Frankenstein, walk over to you. But it's awesome. It's an amazing moment.
Lil Ray Howard was also funny in that moment because he's just sitting there. He's like turned away, like crying, being like somebody's cutting up onions. Because even he realized just how special that moment was.
I cried when my daughter walked first time. Absolutely. And then they don't for a while, and then they just like they start doing it all the time. I'm like, all right, you're showing off. Like, relax. But yeah, it's a powerful moment. Michael, were you there when Maxwell walked the first time?
Yeah. So I was worried. A lot. I was worried.
There's a theme
he would crawl. He would crawl, but he would only crawl with like with one leg and two arms, right? Like he would crawl like an injured commando. Right, like one of his legs just wouldn't move, and I'm like, "Well, what does that mean? Like, is he going to be able to walk?" And Montgomery County has this thing where you can have physical therapists come into your home to take a look at your child and help you out, and we would practice, and we practice, and I remember holding his arms while he's trying to walk and then just letting go. And he started walking, and I called my wife in there. And then, we were just practicing him walking back and forth. I think I still have it on video. Cause we gotta send everything to the grandmas, but I remember it. And it was, I was, and now they're like, see, you were all worried that he was wasn't going to be able to walk, and now he running, and now he left a damn dent in your wall because he ran his big ass head into the wall. He left a visible dent in the wall.
A lot of people don't know this, but the game Bonk's Adventure is based on Micah's son's.
Yeah. The character's name is Maxwell Bonk. That's you don't realize.
It's true.
Okay. That's definitely a joke.
That's from TurboGrafx 16. You weren't even born when that game came out.
Yeah, you're way too young.
She's like, let me Google this. I don't know what this is.
Bonk.
You know what? I believe y'all.
The internet don't even go that far back.
Hop in the way back machine to look.
Right. Yeah. Hold on a second. But yeah, and now he's fucking running around, which is crazy.
Now he's running around and shit.
Yeah. So yeah, he goes back to Minnesota, and he's like, I'm coming to get he like kick the door, and I'm coming to get my goddamn kid. And he just has this beautiful moment with Maddie, and she's just like, I want to be wherever you are. Right. And it's just like, that shit kind of just warms your heart as a human being. And Marion understands, right? Like, she gets it. And I think what the moment is supposed to show, even though they didn't show him like as a screw up, what it's supposed to show is that she sees him put Maddie before everything else, including his career and everything. Thus, the fuck up inside of him is dead, right? Even though like he never really was shown as a fuck up, but it truly showed that was over. And so she was like, all right, you're ready. And she was like, look, you just come back here at Christmas time, please. Like, she still wants to see her granddaughter. Then we flash to them back in Boston. Matt goes to see Swan and try to like work it out with her, and she's like, let me sit with Matt.
No, we weren't.
Yo, that shit was funny.
We were in the neighborhood. I said we were in the neighborhood. Like, no, we weren't. She's like, God damn it.
Yeah, because kids, that's kid logic. They just tell you what's on their mind. Like, they don't give a shit. Like, it is what it is. And so then Swan sits and has a conversation with Maddie. And it's a really super serious conversation about which ice cream she likes. While they keep Matt on the, hanging on the vine there for a minute. And then they work it out. And so clearly things work out for them.
That was great.
Yeah. And like, they go live their lives and everything is fine. And then Matt at the end goes and he wears a dress while his daughter wears pants back at the Catholic school to like protest against the policy. And they've changed the policy since, I guess, because Maddie got hurt. They were like, this is really not worth it. And so they changed the policy. And so then the big reveal is that Matt is wearing a dress in solidarity for his daughter wearing pants. They got the black man in a dress, y'all. See what they did to us?
I like how the note was like, what if you had a boy and who showed up with a skirt? And he was like, it's the 21st century. Who cares? Who gives a shit? Who cares?
Yeah. Which is a big deal for him to say, because remember, the very first controversy of Kevin Hart was that he would smash a toy over his son's head if he turned out to be gay. So he's had to come a long way. For anyone asking, I'm sure that it'll be asked in the comments or someone thinking about this. Would either one of us wear a skirt in solidarity for our kid for school? The answer for me is yes.
I've already worn a dress for a play in high school. I mean, it don't get any more.
What play was that?
It was we were in you weren't in the drama class that I was in, but no. we had a drama teacher, and one of the roles called for a woman, and we didn't have enough women in our section, so I had to play an old lady. So I got a dress from like one of those like gowns from my aunt. I got a wig. It was like a T-Boz wig.
Wig.
But it was black. But
are there photos?
No, it was high school. If there
Polaroids,
were photos, right? If there were photos, there would be actual photos. And then
I'm gonna need to see those. I need to see.
Aren't there photos of you from graduation or from prom or whatever that you posted?
Yeah, those are graduation.
Yeah, from graduation and prom, the big deals, not
I need to see
random ass drama class.
I've known this nigga since he was 14. I have never heard about him playing Medea in a fucking play.
It's not something that I broadcast. It is what it is. But no, I've worn a dress in high school before, so whatever. It don't matter.
Yeah. It's defending my kid. Who cares?
I would definitely stay in a solidarity and wear pants.
Oh, wow.
Wow. What a sacrifice.
You're probably wearing sweatpants right now.
Ooh, progressive.
It's so easy. Yeah, no, I would. Like, who cares? It's my daughter. I don't give a shit.
And what are they going to do? Gives a shit.
No.
Right. Quite frankly, if I shave my legs look great.
All right, yo. They
do. I got a nice high ass and my legs look great. I just got to shave them. That's all.
Mike is ready for sundress season.
Hey. Don't ask me if I will wear a dress then. Don't ask me. You brought this on yourself.
This is, again, like the information just like.
You brought it on yourself.
I did bring it up, unfortunately.
Actually, I would just actually like to point out one thing Micah said, and I had to push back on it a little bit. Normalize not needing to shave your legs to wear dresses.
No. I remember seeing Monique do that. No, I don't need it.
No.
All right, fine. I'll agree to that. I won't ever see a bonnet ever again. Burn them. Burn all of them.
What the hell? This is Nancy.
I'm like that crazy lady on Facebook. Nah, if you wear a bonnet, your husband don't love you or whatever crazy shit she was saying. No bonnets.
James is going to send his wife to wife school.
No, absolutely. Yeah, I'm gonna send my half white, half Indian wife to like Nigeria for wife school. Yeah, no, that's gonna work out great. I'm gonna go upstairs and tell her pack your bags. Guess where you going for a couple of weeks?
She'll tell you pack your bags first.
Yeah, you goddamn right. I'd be out in the front lawn first. Get the fuck wife school, man, nigga. If y'all don't get out of here. Go to real school. How about that? How about that? That's the problem. Go to real school.
Nah, fuck that.
Nah, that's the white man's school. Don't do that. You crazy? All right. That is it for us for episode 202, Fatherhood. Hopefully you got to enjoy an impromptu dad cast, basically.
Oh wait, Jay, you didn't say this at the beginning. This was a review.
Oh yes, this is a review. No, they already in the comments yelling about where can I watch this Netflix original film, screaming and shit.
So stupid.
They're very dumb. All right, that's it for us, guys. We will see you guys next week for another preview episode.
Bye.
See you.
You're watching the Black on Black Cinema YouTube channel. Make sure you check out our full reviews of Black movies, past and present. And every other week, we do a preview episode where we talk about a random topic that affects the Black community.